Ladies and gentlemen, football fans, and especially the die-hard followers of America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, brace yourselves, because what I'm about to tell you is no exaggeration, no clickbait, and no hype for hype's sake. This is real, raw, and absolutely game-changing. In what might be the most electrifying and unexpected development of the 2025 NFL season so far, sources close to the Dallas Cowboys organization have indicated that Myles Garrett, yes, Myles Garrett, perennial Pro Bowler, first-team All-Pro, sack machine, and arguably one of the top 3 defensive players in the NFL today, is making his way to Dallas. Let that sink in for a moment. Myles Garrett in a Cowboys uniform. Just imagine the scenes at a TNT stadium. The crowd roaring louder than ever. "Let's go Garrett!" Chants echoing through Arlington, jerseys flying off the shelves, media trucks pulling up outside the Star in Frisco. This isn't just a typical trade signing or off-season headline. This is a tectonic shift in the balance of power in the NFC and perhaps the entire league. For those of you who have followed Garrett's career, you already know the kind of impact he brings. We're talking about a generational edge rusher, a player who changes the tone of a game from the very first snap, a defender who makes offensive coordinators stay up at night drawing up entire schemes just to avoid him. Quarterbacks flinch when he's on the field. Offensive linemen crumble under his sheer power. He's a nightmare wrapped in cleats, a pass-rushing savant, and the idea that the Cowboys have secured his talents should send shockwaves through every front office in the NFL. So, how did we get here? That's the question everyone's asking. From everything being reported, and again, we're talking trusted league sources, not speculation, this deal has been in the works quietly but aggressively behind closed doors. The Cowboys, who have long been known for big moves and headline-stealing acquisitions, saw an opening and pounced. Perhaps it was cap space created by earlier offloads, maybe a behind-the-scenes conversation between front office execs, or even Garrett himself expressing interest in leaving his former team, whatever the trigger. Dallas moved fast, and they moved hard. If you know Jerry Jones, you know he's never been shy about swinging for the fences, and this right here? This is a grand slam with bases loaded. Let's talk about what this means on the field, because this isn't just about a flashy name or big-time jersey sales. Garrett fills a critical need for the Cowboys. Over the past few seasons, while Dallas has shown flashes of brilliance on defense, they've lacked that consistent, dominant presence off the edge that forces opponents to alter their entire game plan. Sure, they've had good players, solid role guys, a few up-and-coming names. But Myles Garrett is in a different category. He brings not just physical dominance, but leadership, swagger, experience, and football IQ. With him in the lineup, the Cowboys' pass rush immediately jumps to top 5 potential, if not number 1. Just picture him lined up alongside the rest of Dallas's front 7. Think about the possibilities. The stunts, the blitz packages, the one-on-ones he'll win easily, the double teams he'll command, opening lanes for others. Opposing Q are going to be running for their lives. The ripple effect of Garrett's presence cannot be overstated. He elevates everyone around him. The cornerbacks will have to cover for less time. The linebackers can be more aggressive. Even the safeties get to cheat less toward coverage and more toward ball hawking. This is a move that transforms not just a position, but the entire defensive identity. From a strategic standpoint, defensive coordinator schemes will evolve overnight. They'll craft game plans specifically to unleash Garrett's abilities, maybe even moving him around formations, lining him up inside on occasion, exploiting mismatches, and creating pure chaos in the backfield. Now let's shift to the financial side. Bringing in a player like Garrett doesn't come cheap. We're probably talking a multi-year deal north of $120 million, with upwards of $80 million guaranteed, depending on structure and incentives. So how does Dallas make this work? Expect some creative cap maneuvering. Jerry and Stephen Jones have never shied away from reworking contracts, pushing bonuses into future years, or leveraging front-loaded guarantees. They'll figure it out. They always do. And you can bet Garrett's agent worked every angle to get him what he's worth, and deservedly so. But here's the thing, value isn't just about cap space. It's about what Garrett brings in return. Championships are built on defensive monsters. Look at the history books. Look at the Super Bowl teams. Almost every one of them had a game-wrecking pass rusher, someone who flipped the script in the fourth quarter, made that key sack on 3rd and long, forced a fumble in the red zone, or brought down Mahomes, Allen, or Burrow in the playoffs. Garrett is that guy. Now, what about the locker room dynamics? Great question. Anytime you add a superstar, especially one with a huge personality and presence, there's always the challenge of integration. But the Cowboys' locker room is built to absorb talent. With veterans in key spots and a strong leadership core, Garrett will be welcomed, not resented. And don't underestimate how hungry he is. After years of carrying his former defense, often without the playoff spotlight he deserved, you better believe he's eager to win now. He wants the big games, the national stage, the late January football, and with Dallas, he gets that. Let's also touch on fan reaction, because as we all know, Cowboys Nation doesn't stay quiet when something this big happens. Social media is already exploding. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, it's all over your feed. Edits of Garrett in Cowboys blue, predictions, hot takes, jersey mock-ups. It's madness, and I love it. A T&T Stadium is going to be a madhouse this season. The fans are hungry. They've been teased with greatness for years. This move? It reignites the fire. It sends a clear message. We're not just here to make the playoffs. We're here to win the whole damn thing. Garrett, paired with Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, and the rest of this talented squad, makes the Cowboys arguably one of the most complete teams in the league. Balanced, deep, dangerous. And speaking of Parsons, can we just take a moment to think about what happens when Micah Parsons and Myles Garrett are rushing the passer at the same time? That's not just unfair. Cowboys Nation, the future just got a whole lot brighter and a whole lot scarier for the rest of the league. How about them Cowboys?